Last time we celebrated Dr. Sebi, what was it, last year, Sister Maa?
Yes, last year.
Last year in Manhattan, right? It was downtown? And I remember, for those that may not have been there, I always tell the same story about Dr. Sebi and how I met him. I followed the court case through the Amsterdam News. And I remember it was in the late 80s, if my memory is right. I was on the bus going home, and I remember reading that they had exonerated him. It was a Wednesday, because the Amsterdam News comes out on Wednesday. And I remember that I got it, and I said, I got to go see this man, because there was a reason why they exonerated him. And that was because they were afraid.
Yes, they were.
They were afraid that if it got out, what he was saying, that it would throw the entire medical system worldwide out. So I said, I have to go check this man out. So this was when it was on Pacific Street. And I went over to Pacific Street, and I remember he came in, and there was a kitchen off to the side, and I remember he started cooking plantains. And at first I said, but that looked like the guy that was in the newspaper. But he was so humble and so real. And so from that day I've been coming. However, I didn't know the brains of see, Dr. Sebi was the front person. But I didn't know the brains of the operation was Sister Maa. As most sisters are. See, brothers are out front doing all that talking. Even if you go to the church, you'll notice that the pastor is at the pulpit, but it's the sisters that run the church.
Tell it. Right.
And if the pastor want anything, he got to go to the sisters. So that I was ordering things from Puerto Rico, Rio Piedras, I believe, right? And I remember and I didn't realize it was Sister Maa that I was getting all the products from. So that when I got a chance to meet Sister Maa, I began to realize exactly who the brains of the operation was.
Right.
And what we have to understand going into the future, it's all right to honor Dr. Sebi. I honor all that he did. But family, where do we go from here?
That's right.
That's what I'm concerned about. See, he's in the next room of the temple of eternal life. That's where he is right now. But we're still in this room in the eternal temple. So my question as a family is, what are we going to do? Now, I know that I've spoken to Usha. I remember Isala when little girl. There was a sister used to take care, you remember? Sister Lori and Lenora. They're around the same age, I believe. We have to invest in her. We have to invest in taking this concept into the future. We have to take everything that we know about what Dr. Sebi and Sister Maa has done. And we have to support this. For those that know my work, I'm an educator, I'm a teacher. I try to deal with the mind, with the intellect. But I know for sure all this wonderful information means nothing if it's in a sick body.
Right.
And I know that what we have to do is holistic. It's not just knowing your culture, it's about being your culture. And I think that was the message that I always got from Dr. Sebi. And I get from Sister Maa. Where do we go with this now? There's a reason why everybody's struggling over the so-called Affordable Care Act. It seems obvious that if we're fighting over health care, it appears that people plan on keeping us sick. That's why we're worried about it. So if we prevent the illness, as opposed to trying to find the cure, if we can get our babies caught up in this healthy living from when they're first born, it changes the entire dynamic of what it is that we have to do as a people. And so I celebrate, I wish Dr. Sebi, now it's a cosmic day. It's not even an Earth day no more. It's a cosmic day. Because he's in the cosmos. So we wish him that. And we ask him to guide us, those of us who are of Ma'at's heart. But family, we have to look out here and understand these times, you know, they have sent their disciple amongst us. We got the Antichrist in the White House now. The one that would separate and divide and turn brother against brother, sister against sister. What are we going to do? That's my question. And that's why when Sister Maa invited me to be a part of this great celebration, I had a lot of things on the schedule for today. But I said, we're going to push things around so I can make it. Because we have to make this happen. You know, there's a lot we can say. But what are we going to do? And I mean that. What are we going to do when we leave here? Is this just one of those things that, hey, we went to honor Dr. Sebi? You know, this for me, if my memory is right, this is 30 years I've been, as of May of '88, I believe that's when I first went to see him. It was a Saturday, right after that article in the Amsterdam News. So if my memory is right, when he was exonerated, and it was reported in the Amsterdam News, that Wednesday, that Saturday, that's where I went, right down on Pacific Street. But this means nothing. Everything that Dr. Sebi did for us means nothing if we don't do something. Not talk it, do it. And so I ask us, where do we go from here? That's a question that should be in our minds. Baltic should be the place that we come to heal ourselves. I'm through talking. We have to do something.
Yes. Right.
We have people from all around the Caribbean, all around Africa, all around the United States. What we going to do? Keep talking or start acting? Start doing something. Taking our economy and putting it where it belongs. This should go worldwide. I remember seeing Dr. Sebi, the Rock Newman show.
Yeah.
And he was talking about Congress. They're not interested in us being healthy. Not even those that look like us. Most of them. I sort of kind of lean towards Auntie Maxine, I'll tell you that now. And the reason why I lean towards her, because she's always in trouble. Show me a black person always in trouble by this system, and I'll show you someone doing something for black people. So, family, I'm just very happy to be here. This is our celebration. Sister Maa, I thank you. Because I see you, and I have a lot, I was telling my wife, Sherry, how much respect I have for you, because I know what happened. I know what we've been through. We being you and yours. And you stood righteous. Just like in Zinga and Queen Tai and all the other African Neset Biti Hemet Warets, the queens. So now we have to guard your throne. Make sure you remain on that. Because we got to get healthy, family.
Yes.
Mentally, physically, spiritually, and soulfully. And so, Sister Maa, as I toast Dr. Sebi, I toast you too.
Yes.
I wish you the very best. And like I say, we'll make time.
Yes.
I couldn't find the time to come here. I made the time to come here.
That's right.
For us. Because if you try to find it, you ain't. You got to make it. And we got to make it for our babies. We have to make it and invest in Salah and all the other grandchildren and all the other children, my grandchildren, your grandchildren, the grandchildren that you know. We have to start. You know, no more talk. We got to walk. So, with gratitude to my elders and to all that have made it possible, I honor and respect you, because if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. So I just thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Blessings on you, my sister, the very best. Ashe, Hotel family.